Hey guys, Dr. Tim Uselton here, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about lower back pain. And one of the main causes that we see in the office very commonly, and that is in our society, in today's age of the way we work, the way we live, oftentimes working from home in the improper chair, not in a good desk chair. Maybe we're on the couch, on a recliner, leaned back. Whatever we're doing, we're sitting in a position that is causing one particular muscle to shorten over time. And what it does is it warns you, it tells your body through back pain. It's back pain when you walk. It's back pain when you stand all the way up from a leaned over position. It's back pain when you try to run. It just limits your mobility because of this one particular muscle. And the muscle is the psoas muscle. Now it's spelled, it starts with a P just to be confusing to you, but it's silent, so you don't pronounce the P. It's P-S-O-A-S, and that is pronounced psoas. Psoas, the psoas muscle. So if you had a spine here, and you were on the front side of the person, like here's their belly, here is their muscles, here's their organs, and then eventually you get to their spine. On the front side of their spine, you have these longitudinal running muscles that attach to the vertebrae all the way up into the mid-back at about T12, the 12th one down in your mid-back, and all 5 of your lumbar vertebrae, and then it goes through your pelvis and it attaches to the front side of your legs, inside, right? And the muscle's action is to flex the hips. So if you were doing, if you were standing up, or if you were lying down and you did a crunch and you bent right in the midline and you lifted your legs off the ground and you lifted your upper body, did like a V up, that would be working your psoas muscle. And so if you can imagine sitting with your legs in a chair underneath you, and this part right here where your hips are is bent 90 degrees, then that psoas muscle that's connecting those two bones is shortened. And then when you go to stand up, it stretches it and it lengthens it. And I'll never forget when I was a young boy, I didn't know why at the time this happened, but after being in practice for 25 years, I think back to, I know exactly why it was happening. My father used to be a really hard worker. He's still a hard worker, but he used to like frame a house in a day kind of a worker with a crew. I mean, they would go to town. But he would come home and I'd see him on a project working in the garage. And if he stooped down on one side of the garage, working on whatever it was, say the lawnmower, and he needed a tool on the other side of the garage, he would literally stay in that flex position and walk over to the other side of the garage and pick up his tool and turn around and walk back in that bent over at the waist position while stooping, and he would never stand all the way up. And I learned later it's because he really couldn't. So if the last 10 to 15 degrees of standing upright is a little bit difficult and you have to kind of pry yourself up into that position, you're stretching your psoas that last little bit. And it has shortened over time because you sit too much, right? You sit too much and don't stretch. There are stretches to fix it. There are countless stretches. It's called the psoas muscle stretch or the psoas stretch. You can Google that and find it everywhere. I have a couple of particular ones that I like. One of them is a lunge going forward, and you actually can stretch your body upward and lean into that lunge and stretch your hip, that hip flexor. You can also lay on your back, and you can put some support underneath the back side of your hip. And so if you're laying like this, and all of a sudden you put a pillow, a hard foam roller underneath your hips, then if your feet stay on, you're kind of arching backwards, and you let your leg drop, then it's stretching that psoas. Because remember, the psoas, if you're laying on your back, it's going from your hips, or excuse me, your femurs up into your spine. And so when it flexes, it's bringing your knees up. And when you let your knees sag and stretch and extend you backwards, then it's actually stretching that psoas. That's 2 of the easy ones. And I'll put some links on here to show you exactly how those stretches work. But that is one of the main causes of lower back pain. Now there's lots of causes, but that's one of the most common, and I see it especially in the elderly population. When grandfather walks around now and he's humped over it's not his upper back. He's bending at the waist, and it's because his psoas have shortened over so long of a period of time, because now he pretty much just sits in the recliner or the rocker all day. So that's why that's happening, and that's a very common cause of lower back pain. So I hope I've been able to address one of the reasons why you have lower back pain with today's video. Be sure and click on my other videos, and you can learn more about what it is we do here and ways to effectively treat these aches and pains. And it's Dr. Tim Uselton with TrinityIntegratedMedical.com. Check it out, comment below, like these videos, and I appreciate you. Have yourself a great day. Be blessed.